So after having a couple weeks to reflect on the 2023 PlayStation Showcase, I decided to put together my top 10 games to come out of the show. Overall, I would say the show was fine at best. I believe I counted 33 games shown, and honestly I'm not sure how much over a top 10 I could have gone with it. But hey, everything can't be a winner, and about a 1/3 ratio is not too bad. So starting at number 10 is Granblue Fantasy Relink. The hit mobile game turned into an action role-playing game. This one has been delayed a few times, but seems to look all the better for it. I dabbled in the mobile game every now and then, and I enjoyed the artwork, and being a big fan of this genre helps overall. My number 9 spot goes to the Plucky Squire. This game just looks amazing. I love the mix of 2D storybook mixed with the transitions to 3D. I do not know much about the game itself other than what they show off in the trailers, but what is shown is enough for me to be excited and see how it turns out.
Across the two realms, if they are to save their beloved land from his diabolical designs. Off the page and into adventure.
Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater comes in at number 8. This is probably the one game in the series that I have actually not beaten. While it's kind of a bummer that sounds like they're going to use the original voice tracks, which kind of lends to the idea that this is going to be a one-to-one to the original, with no updated story or any kind of bonus features along those lines. But the updated visuals will probably be enough to get me back in and see it through this time. My number 7 spot's probably going to upset a lot of people, but I apologize up front. It's Spider-Man 2. While this is probably a lot of people's number 1 game of the show, a quick confession on my part, I've never actually played the first one or Miles Morales. It's not for wanting to, I just have a lot of other games that generally take priority. Spider-Man 2 does look amazing though, and being built for the PS5 only, I'm sure they were pulling out all the stops for this one. Ultros' visual design is really something. Its art and gameplay give me a real Hollow Knight vibe, except with trippy color palettes. I love a good Metroidvania, and this one is looking like one to watch out for, so it takes my number 6 spot. Final Fantasy XV is at number 5. Making the full shift to action RPG with fighting comparable to the Devil May Cry series, Final Fantasy XV is looking really great so far. With a more serious storyline and the producer of the extremely popular Final Fantasy XIV producing this also, it has a lot to live up to. The early previews sound promising and it releases in about 2 weeks. My only problem is that I still have to beat Tears of the Kingdom, and now Diablo 4 has taken over my life. I will have to find some time for this one, as it is one of my favorite series.
They don't believe in me. They believe in the powers that dominant.
You can't blame a man for wanting to bring an end to all this, can you?
Ever led astray by your blind resolve.
And thus is the light of hope severed.
The original Helldivers was a lot of fun to party up with friends, and Helldivers 2 looks to be taking that same mold and moving it into a much more modern looking game, which puts this in at my number 4 spot. The gameplay looks great, and if it holds the whole party up with friends fun level as the prior game, this could potentially be a sleeper hit when it releases later this year.
Technology. The freedom to make new friends.
At number 3 is Marathon, a sci-fi PvP extraction shooter. The teaser cinematic looked great. The game just oozes with style, and we can only expect the excellent gunplay that Bungie brings to all their games. The only downside so far with Marathon for me personally is that they are sticking with the 3-player teams of Destiny, which has made Destiny a game that my group of friends rarely play and usually end up avoiding to not leave someone out. Phantom Blade Zero takes the second spot. I love a good Souls-like, and this game just looks amazing. From the art style to the combat, it is all pretty jaw-dropping. How that combat translates to me actually playing the game is yet to be seen, but this is for sure one to keep an eye on.
Going where? This damned place! You're suicidal!
And the number one game for me at the PlayStation Showcase 2023 is Dragon's Dogma 2. Capcom officially announced this game almost a year ago, and it pretty much has been known from leaks well before that, and finally seeing it has me crazy hyped. The original actually took me a few times to get into, but once it did, oh man, it was really something special. Dragon's Dogma 2 just looks to be taking it all to the next level. The gameplay, the graphics, they all look incredible. It was pretty painful waiting for them to even actually show this game off, but now they have, it's going to be even that much more painful waiting for the release.
Then where might our true Arisen? Empress Nadinia's life is in your hands, Sir Arisen.
Praise be, for only the Sovereign's guidance can lead us true. Long live the Sovereign of Vermont!
And that's my top 10 for the show. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the show and what your top 10 games are. Until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and if you want to support this channel and be notified of future content, please like and subscribe.
That is most unfortunate, but it doth not release thee from thy fate.